Down south in North Carolina, the L1 tank engine arrives in Swannanoa, hoping to get quickly turned around. The tank engine surveys the town to figure out what and where the pickups and drop-offs are. One of the pickups on the waybill doesn't make sense. A DB flat car? Gadwall, still quite inebriated, thunders into ye old fortress with a seasick Mallard still coupled to the train. Mallard is glad the train has stopped, but still feels like he's in the middle of the North Atlantic. The standard 410-wheeler arrives in ye old fortress with the special water wagons after a very close call with Sheriff Panko. He parks the wagons and goes to clear out a spot in an industrial siding to hide them. Mallard has found what he thinks is the solution to his ill feelings. Full of liquid courage and feeling mighty invigorated, Mallard leads the train back down the mountain. The Standard 4 has found a great place to hide the special water wagons that just departed behind Mallard. The tilting train arrives in Salsbury on a northbound run and is met by an ambulance. A bit of bad luck, but an ill passenger can happen aboard any train. It certainly couldn't have anything to do with the synthesized kumquat stew in the cafe today. Sheriff Panko has recruited a full-time deputy, an SD40-2 diesel who seems to be just a little enthusiastic about his new position. The deputy's first assignment will be to deal with a speeder. The L1 has turned and begun the journey back to Spencer Yard. One of the loads aboard the train is making a little more noise than the others. As the yard goat continues to straighten out the yard, the Ivat Mogul has an assignment for the Black Five, but isn't sure where Miss Go Anywhere is right now. The Black Five has stepped outside and is watching the park life on the rail trail pass by. Black Fives can go... you get the idea. Confident he scared the German back to Berlin, Ferry Battle returns to the roundhouse. Ferry Battle remembers the whole reason he left the roundhouse in the first place was to take a train that should have left hours ago. Ferry Battle rushes the coaches to the station, hoping to get everyone on board before... The southbound tilting train arrives and pulls right up next to Battle's train. Battle is surprised to see a number of green passengers disembark the tilting train and board his train. Battle isn't sure why, as both trains service the same stops. The L1 is making decent time back to Spencer, even with the minor annoyance coming from behind. Surrounded by the odor of alcohol, the drunken duo of A4s arrive back in Salsbury. Gadwall uncouples from the train and goes right back up the mountain. Why? No one knows at this point. Mallard heads back for the roundhouse with the special water wagons. The Standard 4 finally catches up to Mallard. The Standard 4 tells Mallard to let go of the wagons. Mallard, in his stupor, tells the Standard 4 to go get his own liquor. Not knowing when the sheriff will return, the Standard 4 desperately tries to pull the special water wagons away from Mallard. Mallard counters. The couplers between the wagons can't handle the strain. The coupler between the wagons snaps, sending both engines flying in their respective directions. The Standard 4 has the wagon containing the still. That's the most illegal part anyways. It'll have to do. Mallard sets the tank of Moonshine in a roundhouse stall and continues to partake of its contents. Flying Scotsman starts to sample the drink as well. The L1, having plenty of coal and water left but running a little low on sanity, finally arrives in Spencer Yard. The L1 wants to get as far away from the train as possible. Having issued the T1 another citation, Sheriff Panko arrives in the engine servicing area and sees the tank wagon he believes contains illegal moonshine. The sheriff moves in expecting to make an arrest. He instead finds that the tank is empty. He has no probable cause, so he can't do anything. The sheriff is befuddled. The T1 blasts through town again. The sheriff is getting sick of this and considers handing the speeding problem over to the state troopers. Gadwall returns to the yard with a new friend. Mallard, Gadwall, and Flying Scotsman were all designed by Sir Nigel Gresley. As such, the K4 considers all three of them to be his children. The K4 is shocked to find his children drunk in the middle of the day and calls an immediate meeting of Alcoholic Locomotives Anonymous in the yard. The yard goat tries to use the south yard ladder, only to find it blocked up by more tomfoolery. The K4 explains to the three Gresley Pacifics what excessive alcohol consumption can do to a locomotive, how it makes for a nasty ride for all the paying passengers, how it's dangerous for all involved, and... Gadwall? No! The L1, still hearing echoes of truck horns, slowly heads for the roundhouse. The J50 rolls up, says meep meep, and scurries away. The L1 just wants to talk to the J50.